What a beautiful day it is out there in Minecraft land, and I'm here up on my balcony, and today is the day we're going to upgrade our world from Minecraft Beta 1.3_01 to Minecraft Beta 1.4, the next version available to us in Minecraft The Journey. But before we do that, I just want to go around and spruce things up a bit. I like to make sure that everything is nice and presentable and fresh and clean before we do the upgrade, and that means just going around and fixing up a few bits here and there and getting us ready for that upgrade to Beta 1.4. So one of the first little jobs that I want to do is improve the landscaping around this area just a little bit. Some of the edges around here in the village are a little bit harsh, like these blocks here which you have to jump up, and we've made some adjustments in some places like making these paths here and things like with little steps, but I think there's more we can do, especially when it comes to the dirt. So what I'm going to do is get the crafting bench open, and what we can do is we can take some dirt like this and pop it down, and we can get some dirt slabs, and I think the dirt slabs are really going to help make this area feel just a lot easier to navigate. So let me show you what I mean. So we can just pop them down like that, for example, maybe one there. If I come over here especially, there's probably a lot we can do, like just a little bit like that, and look at how much of a difference that makes to the overall landscape. It just softens it up, it makes it really easy to move up and down. And I think it looks pretty decent. So I'm going to do a bit of extra work around here and slabify the place up a little bit. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. That is perfect. So I'm going to do a little bit more work here, make it a little bit easier to move around, and it should be looking good soon. And just what a difference that makes. Whoa, hello. Look how much easier it is now for all of the villagers to walk around the fishing village. It's effortless and easy. I can do it too, just up and down all of the slabs. And you know, these Minecraft mobs are going to be so happy with these changes. I think, look at the expressions on their faces, right? Look at you, Steve. Well, that's an issue. One other area that I'd like to make a little bit of a change to is the log factory, because inside of here we have a lot of workers and they're busy cutting up logs and making planks and using a lot of saw blades and other machinery like that. So I'd like to make their working environment a little bit more realistic and make sure that they have the right tools for the job. So in the crafting table here, I can take some iron ingots and I can place them like so, and with that recipe I can create myself some gears. And the gear is of course a great block because it looks just like a saw blade. So if we take these inside, we should be able to dress the place up a little bit and make it look and feel a little bit more realistic. I'm glad to see all of the workers are busy here. They're out there doing their jobs, and I'm so glad we hired this pigman workforce because, well, the output of the log factory has just been amazing ever since I employed them, so I couldn't be happier. But I'm happy to give them a few upgrades as well. So here, let's place a saw blade right here, and now it looks like this thing is actually cutting through the logs. And over here as well, we'll put one at the other end, and I think that makes it look just a lot more realistic. But there needs to be a few more of these, so perhaps we've just got some up on the wall here, and they're probably here because this is where they keep them, and they pick them up and attach them to the different machinery and then put them back at the end of the day. And I think just a little touch like that adds quite a lot. Pigmen, thank you for working hard. You all deserve to go home early. Well, I think it's probably time that we get ready for our Beta 1.4 upgrade. And before... What is that? Oh, that's like a giant zombie. Oh, we have to go and check this out. And I think this is such a great opportunity to try something different. So if we take some leather and put it in the crafting grid like so, with some string and a feather, we can craft ourselves up the quiver. Oh, and I'm excited to use this. So if we take the quiver, we can put it onto our back like this. And if I go into F5 mode, there you can see I've got the quiver. It is slung over my back, and I should be able to now use this to rapid fire the arrows just like that. So let's head out and see if we can kill that giant zombie. And just look at the size of that thing. Hopefully we can make a quick meal out of it with our bow. Do you even see me? Are you going to attack me? Or are you going to go over there? Let's hop up here and see if we can see you properly. Oh, hello. You can see us now. Oh, so you can just hold down right click and the quiver makes you easy pickings. I should have no trouble with you. Unless I run out of arrows. No. Hang on a minute. The quiver lets me fire arrows even though I don't have any. That's fantastic. Well, that quiver is pretty overpowered. Maybe a little too overpowered. But you know what? I have had a really long day, so I'm going to sit down in my comfy little dining chair here and relax for the rest of the day. Ah. Aha, did I fool you? Did I fool you? Yes, of course it's April Fool's, and that was a little bit of fun, and that was using a mod called the Rediscovered mod, and the Rediscovered mod allows you to revisit some of the things that were introduced to the game in the past that get re-added, like the quiver and the giant, but also add some features that were talked about back in the beginning but never actually made it into the game, such as the pigmen, and I think that was a lot of fun. That was certainly a lot of fun to make, and definitely not real, all right? Definitely not real. But here we are in Minecraft Beta 1.3, and like I said, it's April Fool's Day. Now, Mojang has a history of April Fool's Day pranks in the Minecraft community, and 2011 was no different. 2011 introduced an April Fool's Day prank to Minecraft Beta 1.4, which I'm keen to upgrade to and visit. So let's get on with things and upgrade ourselves to Beta 1.4. And there we are, it really was as simple as that. We're in Minecraft Beta 1.4. And by the way, I just wanted to say, if you are new to the series, then hello, we have had quite a few new viewers of late. This is the Let's Play series where we've been upgrading a survival world of Minecraft and upgrading it through all of the versions of Minecraft from way back in the very beginning. And we'll continue upgrading and playing the survival world all the way through to the modern release. And right now, of course, as we've said, we're up to Minecraft Beta 1.4. So I want to recap on some of the changes that went into Beta 1.4, and then we'll have a look at the April Fool's gag that was added into this version. So first, if we head out to the main menu, we can see that we are now sporting a whole brand new Minecraft logo. And I think that the thing is missing here is that the last logo sort of animated itself. It built itself whenever you loaded up this screen. And unfortunately, this one is very static. But this is the signature Minecraft logo with the creeper in the A and everything like that. So now we're feeling a little bit more modern, I suppose. And if we head back into the game, I want to have a look at some of the other changes as well. There's been a little change with the ladders where if you climb up the ladder and hold the shift key, you can now stop partway up the ladder, which is actually really handy. Let's say if you want to mine some ores nearby, or if you just want to stop and look around. I think this makes the ladder behave a bit more like the modern day ladder, and I think it's a good change to be added to the game. One of the other little changes is that the inventory key is now E, and it used to be I for the longest time. And I don't know why they made it I, because it means that you have to move your hand all the way across the keyboard just to access the inventory, whereas now you can just press E without having to move your keys off of the WASD keys, and it just makes the whole user experience that much more nice. A little change to the wheat crops means that they now grow a lot faster, which is very handy because out here I am constantly replanting this thing because you're always out here trampling my crops, making me have to replant, just like that. Caught in the act. Around this time, there was a lot of work going into the new statistics and achievement system, which wasn't quite ready for the Beta 1.4 release. Instead of rolling out a half-finished system, the unfinished code was left in the game, but the ability for players to access or use it was removed for the time being. But when doing this, one piece of test code was left in the game, which was part of the statistics system. This code kept track of players' distance walked and stored that value in memory. And for whatever reason, the devs thought it was important enough to release a follow-up version of Beta 1.4 1 hour after the first release, which disabled that code. So there were actually two versions of Beta 1.4, but the change was so minor and didn't really affect anything we're doing here, so I've upgraded to the second version of Beta 1.4 for this episode. Now where were we? Ah yes, April Fools. So to discover what Mojang have included in Beta 1.4 for this April Fools 2011, we're going to head out and generate some brand new chunks. I was just over here picking up a few pumpkins and look what I spotted down the hill. Let's go take a closer look at this. These are brand new chunks and this appears to be a chest. Now I definitely didn't place this chest here. I've never seen it before. I wonder what it could be. Well, I think there's only one thing we should do, and that is we should try and open it. All right, let's do it. Steve Co. Supply Crate. You need a Steve Co. Supply Crate key to open this. You can pick one up at the Minecraft store, and we've got some options here. Not now, which I assume closes this dialogue, and go to store. Okay, let's click this. Now if it really was April 1st, 2011, this is what users would have seen in their web browser, but unfortunately this little site no longer exists, so the only way to look at it is through some archive footage and some reconstructions of what used to be there. So this whole April Fool's gag is a bit of a tribute to Valve's Team Fortress 2 game, because Notch was a fan of that game at the time, but also a huge fan of Valve themselves. The Steve Co. Supply Crate is a reference to the Man Co. Supply Crate from the Team Fortress 2 game, and the store we're looking at now is also quite similar to the TF2 in-game store, the Man Co. store. Even the font used on this website is the one from Team Fortress 2. There's plenty of items to look at, so let's have a bit of a closer look, shall we? First we have the Steve Co. Supply Crate key for $3, and that is exactly what we needed to open that chest, right? So right next to it, though, we have this pack of 5 for, hang on, $18. So that means it's cheaper to buy the keys on their own. So I suppose we should do that. There are a few other items here too. We have the miner's helmet, and I think that might be a reference to Team Fortress 2 as well. We have a name change for $99, a creeper saddle for $42. You know, if that really existed, I would buy one of those. Next, of course, is the secret griefer identity for $155. Poor, trolling's expensive. And an enlargement pill for $2. That would be actually pretty cool. And the hideously expensive response from support, so let's hope we don't need that. Looks like the rest of the items aren't ready yet, but that last one's looking pretty pricey. You know, that being said, that regular padlock does look enticing. So all of this was just a joke, of course, and although you could add these items to your cart, well, I mean your mine cart, the website would come up with the words fiddlesticks, and if you tried to add more than $10,000 worth of items to your cart, the website would go into what people now call seizure mode. So, I mean, look away if that's an issue for you, but the whole website will start flashing random colours at you. And interestingly, people complained about this, so Notch added a warning message later on. But that wasn't all. If you tried to go to the checkout, there was this strange little jump scare with a velociraptor. Just be grateful I had the sound down for that one. If you visited the store from April the 2nd, it would come up saying April Fools and play a MIDI instrumental of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up because, I mean, it's April Fool's Day, right? You gotta go all out. Anyway, let's head back to reality. I mean, back to the game, but same thing, right? And so, even if the website was fake, we still have these chests in the world, so what good are they to us? Well, not much really, but if you look closely at this thing, do you notice how it's giving off light? This chest is actually a light source, and I think that that's pretty interesting and pretty unique, because there are only a handful of light sources in the game. And I think this was to help players identify where these chests might be. If you look over in the distance there, we can also see a couple of extra light sources emanating, and I would hazard a guess that they are also locked chests just like these. I think that's pretty neat. But you know what? These things cannot be broken by conventional tools. I'm using my diamond pick and nothing is happening. So these things are just stuck now. They're stuck here in the world permanently and we can't do anything about them. Although I did say conventional tools, didn't I? Now, I did say conventional tools because it is my understanding that it is possible for an explosive blast to destroy the locked chest and hopefully drop it on the floor as long as the creeper didn't explode it. I need to eat before something else creeps up on me and dies. I'm going to sift through the rubbish here and see if we can pick one up. If not, I'm going to keep going until I find some more creepers and see if I can blow up some more chests. It doesn't look like we got one from that explosion, but I'm going to keep on trying. This is actually quite interesting. All of these mobs here spawned in around the chest, and my understanding is that passive mobs will spawn in light sources. So all of these are spawned at nighttime around here because the chest is emitting light on the grass around here. Oh, how interesting. I learned that from Etho years ago. Alright, come on little buddy. Why is it that you can never find creepers when you need them? I mean, I've been searching all night. Keep following, keep following. Let's head over to this supply crate and I want you to explode. Ready? Oh, look, we got one. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, let's have a look. It's called a locked chest, and of course, it looks just like an everyday chest, but it is, in fact, quite a unique block, quite a different block. So I know how I'm going to be spending my pretend April Fool's Day. I'm going to be wandering around this area as long as I can and picking up as many of these as I can before I get sick of generating too many new chunks. Okay, go creeper, go. Oh, hopefully that did the trick. Let's just get rid of this skeleton. Oh, you're very annoying, aren't you? Okay. Let's go up and see what we've got in the debris. I don't see one. Oh, that is disappointing. Because once they're gone, they're gone. And there's a giant ugly creeper hole. Alright, creeper, do your thing, do your thing. Oh, you were too far away, and I am about to die. I'm about to die. Emergency, emergency, I am about to die. Oh. Oh. Alright, creeper, don't let me down now. Ooh. Right, let's see if we were successful. And it looks like we got one. Oh, this is great. Oh. I don't know who was getting more sick of dying. Me actually dying to all those creepers and skeletons, or you watching me die repeatedly. So I just gave up for the time being, and I only managed to get 2 locked chests out of the whole thing. There's only a chance that the chest will drop, so it's pretty outrageous having to go out there and explode the world around you. I died many times. But have a look at this. I'm in a new world here where I'm doing a bit of testing, and this is a locked chest, and my computer currently thinks that it's April the 1st. Now in Minecraft Beta 1.4, as we know, these things will appear throughout the world in all sorts of different locations, although oddly enough, I was only able to find this one in this particular world, and this is still the Steve Co. supply crate. And the idea behind these is that they were only supposed to be for April Fool's Day, and 1.4_01 was intended to remove them. But Notch actually fell sick over that weekend or that period of time, and so 1.4_01 didn't come out for a few days, so players were still able to access a lot of these in their world. Now, the way that these things will disappear is that in 1.4_01, they will get a kind of leaf decay type of code put in place so that these things will just naturally start disappearing wherever they are in the world. So if I was to upgrade this world to 1.4_01 and play it, this chest would still be here, but it would just disappear at a moment's notice. But I did notice something else very strange. Now, as a reminder, you cannot break this block. But let me just stand here in front of the chest and upgrade to 1.4_01 in this test world. Okay, here we are, but we're now in 1.4_01, so I'm going to load up this world and then very, very quickly break the chest. And look at that. You can just tap it and you get it, and it's an item, and it doesn't disappear. So I now have a locked chest, and that's far easier than waiting for creepers and getting them to explode them. However, you do have to be very quick, because all around me, if there are any other locked chests in the world, they've probably been removed by now. In fact, if I place this one down again, you'll probably see that it disappears right before our eyes. There you go, it's gone within a few seconds. So really, if we want to do this in our world, we only have a few seconds. What I need to do is put myself in a position where there's 1 or 2 next to me, and then load up the world, quickly break them, and then we've got another couple that we can store away in our goodies chest. This is looking good to me. We've got 1 here and 1 here. Now I hope that if I upgrade, I can quickly break this one and run over here and break that one before it disappears. It is possible. We'll see. Maybe I'm guaranteed 1 and a possibility of 2. Now, usually I do like to run through all of the different features of each version before I upgrade to the next, even if it's a little release like 1.4_01, but I feel like this presents such a unique opportunity that I really can't pass it up. And there aren't any other changes that are going to affect our gameplay in any real way, shape or form. So, I think we're going to do this, and we're going to do it right now. Okay, we're in, and we need to be super duper quick. So, single player, the journey, ready to go, go. Break the chest and run. I've even made a little land bridge here to try and speed up the process. Don't you disappear on me, don't you drop. And we did it, we got 2, we got 2. Ah, that's exciting. 2 locked chests. Now that's a total of 4 in the world. I've already put 2 away back at my house, back in the beta house. Oh, I feel good about that. Look, there's 1 more dead ahead of me. It hasn't despawned yet, and I've just loaded up these chunks. So let's see if I can nab it right before... We got it, we got it, we got it! Well, what a haul, what a haul. Look at this, 5 locked chests. And I didn't want to generate too many new chunks in the world because it can get pretty unwieldy. But I'm really happy with this haul. 5 is a good number for me. Now, unfortunately, with these items, I can never place them down in the world again, as far as I know. Maybe that'll change in the future, but for now, they have to stay here in item form, because if I do place them down, the game will just do that leaf decay style thing on them and they'll disappear from the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop them up here in this chest here and leave them up here, and we can keep an eye on them and see what happens over time. But my understanding is that because players were never actually supposed to have these things in the first place, they shouldn't even be in there, so it will be interesting to see what happens to them. But for now, we have run out of time in today's episode. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and if you're new to the channel, then please leave a comment and say hello, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There are links to everything down below. There's a Discord and all sorts of things going on, so please feel free to check it all out and come by and say hello. But until then, thank you for watching, and as always, a huge and special thank you to my amazing patrons. Until the next episode, this has been bugmancx. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye bye.